What up, guys?
So excited for sushi
Mukbang.
Yeah.
This is the most requested mukbang that we've gotten today, and I wanted to make it really, really epic. And I was gonna make sweet potato sushi, cucumber avocado sushi. I'm gonna show you guys how to make sushi 3 different ways, like roll it. But I was gonna make mango sushi as well, but our mango is not ripe. So.
You got that's a field cucumber, right?
I can use a field cucumber.
But the English cucumbers taste better.
It's gonna be fine.
Okay,
It's all gonna work out.
I'm just saying. I've used the field cucumbers like when making sushi, and it just...
That's because you don't know how to do it right. I'll show you guys how to do it right.
You don't know about that.
Anyways, we have a huge pot of rice. It's actually 5 cups of dry rice. And we're gonna show you how to make sushi today. Well, I'm gonna make it, and Derek's just kind of like eat as we go.
I'm just gonna eat.
Yeah, because that's what he does. So, first thing that you're gonna need is some nori sheets. These are organic roasted seaweed. I get these off of Amazon. They're the only ones that I've found that are hand picked, like hand harvested. A lot of times the mechanically harvested sushi or seaweed that they use for sushi rolls will be like it'll kill a lot of fish and stuff in its wake. So I like that these were hand harvested, but regardless, I would just make sure that you get... Dewey, stop trying to eat the cucumber, bro. You don't even like cucumbers.
Stop mooching there, Dewey.
I would just get organic sushi.
Dewey.
Don't get too crazy about it. Okay. So the first roll, like I'm going to show you guys how to roll it. You don't even need a bamboo mat or anything. You can just hand roll them, because I know a lot of people say that it's just so hard to roll sushi, and it's not. It's really easy.
I just think it takes a little bit of practice, and then you can get it down pat.
Yeah.
Like, I've tried using... Where I find the rolls is really useful is like when you're making the inside-out rolls, and you need a mat to kind of roll that properly.
Yeah.
And you cover the mat in plastic wrap, and then you can just roll the inside-out rolls. Yeah. All good. And you can make it either way, inside out or right side in, whatever you want. And
so this first one is just going to be cucumber avocado, because it's Derek's favorite. Perfect avocado, by the way.
Perfect.
So what I did was I just kind of julienne cut these cucumber. I try to not use the seeds, so I just cut around the cucumber. And then I'll give like the seeds to Bubba, because the seed is the bitter part, which is why Derek doesn't like it. So to roll a sushi roll like this, without the
we're not Japanese, by the way, so we might not be doing this the exact proper Japanese way.
Yeah. Well, I just cooked this rice in the Instant Pot. It doesn't have...
Oh, you didn't put any seasoning in it?
I didn't put any rice vinegar or anything in it.
Normally I make like a seasoning with rice vinegar, some salt, and some sugar, and then you mix that in with the rice, and it's just like...
So you just want to cover this much of the nori sheet, if you guys can see.
I think they can see.
And you don't want to smush it down too much or anything. This rice is still pretty warm. It's not scalding hot, like it didn't just come out of the rice cooker, which you don't really want it like that, because then it just kind of melts into the nori and it doesn't work very well. It's too wet. So then to get your avocado, you just ends like this, and then you just scoop out a few pieces. Put this inside.
Perfection.
And then we'll just put it like right in the middle of the roll, and then put a few cucumber strips in here. And then we're just gonna roll it over the insides. So what I do is I just pull back on the inside ingredients, because you want it as tight as possible, and you want to like push on the ends here, or else you'll get ends that aren't very tight, and then it's just not very good.
That's just not good.
So you want to roll it, and then I have a small bowl of water right here, and I just dip my finger in the water and then wet this end part, which will basically seal the sushi. So you just roll it like that. And then you just kind of want to let it sit on that end for a second just to like really seal it. We'll make one more while that one seals.
Okay.
People want to know how we met. It's funny that people actually don't know how we met. You know what I was thinking about? Let me know if you guys want. I will put our wedding video like on my channel and then you guys can watch it.
Yeah, it was a pretty epic wedding video.
When I was walking to Safeway the other day, I'm like, why didn't I just put that vlog on my channel? Like,
yeah,
it's such a cute video.
Yeah, it's a tearjerker.
It is. Derek cried so many times when he was editing
beautiful.
it. Oh my god.
It was so beautiful.
It was like the most romantic thing ever, just watching him cry over our wedding video. But if you guys don't know, we met on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we met.
So Hannah was doing her... Whoa.
It fell on this, so it's good.
It's all good. It's still good.
3-second rule, guys.
I think I originally contacted you because you were going through some shitizzle on the internet.
Yeah, it was...
And I was like, oh, hey, do you want to Skype? And we'll just talk about things. Like, at that point, I had no interest in Hannah. Like,
well,
it was just like, yeah, I had a girlfriend at the time. And it was just
I didn't have any interest in him either, by the way, ladies, okay?
Well, it's just interesting, like, how it all happened. So it wasn't like I was, like, trying to hit on Hannah. It was just more like, just wanted to talk to her about stuff and see if I could assist in any way, I guess. And so we Skyped.
Which was very nice of you, by the way.
Yeah. And so then we Skyped. It was like a couple hours long. And then I think it was like maybe a few months after that.
He thought it was super annoying, by the way.
Yeah, I thought she was really annoying. I guess not in like a terrible way, but so, I didn't know her very well.
Let me pause for a second. To cut this, my knives are really, really sharp. People always ask me about my knives. They're these Tomodachi knives that I just got at Target, but I sharpen them. That's the like most important thing, is to sharpen your knives, because people are like, oh, my knives are so dull. But you know when you first get them and it's like you can slice through anything, right? It's like cutting a tomato is like slicing through butter. You need to sharpen them, like they get dull. It's like never pumping up your bike tires, you know? It's like just getting a bike and being like, oh, the tires are fine, and then one day you're grinding on the metal and you're like, why, this bike sucks. It's like, no, you need to pump the tires up, dude. So I don't really need to do this, but you can run your knife underneath water and it will prevent the rice from sticking, but my knife is so sharp that I don't have to do it.
You can still do it even with a sharp knife. You can, so after you're done cutting, is just take a wet washcloth and just wipe off all the rice kind of like stickiness. Yeah. And then it'll help you make a much easier cut through the sushi, so that you're not like totally like squishing it and like really sawing through it, and then it just all falls apart, and it's like what are you doing with your life? Yeah.
What are you doing with your life? So then you just kind of put it on a plate, and then you get your little soy sauce here. And then you sprinkle some of this stuff on there.
Some sesame seeds.
Sesame seeds are like key, guys.
Yeah, it just adds a little bit of extra.
And then you have this beautiful sushi plate. I love wasabi. Derek doesn't really like wasabi.
No. Go on.
Anyways, Derek thought that I was super annoying when we first talked.
Yeah, and then I think it was like a few months after we initially talked. I was single at that point, and I just messaged Hannah. I was just like, oh, hey, do you just want to chat?
It was so funny, too, because his ex-girlfriend, like, was so mad that he talked to me. It was like, we never even had any interest in each other at all. Yeah. And what did she say? Like, oh, she's perfect for you. She's like another YouTuber. Like, you're gonna like go off and be with her and da 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 da.
And I was just like, no. Like, I have no interest in Hannah in that way at all, right? It was just like purely platonic.
You were friends.
But it just ended up kind of happening.
You have to tell them also about the lady that you talked to, but that's down the road.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had like no interest in each other, just talking, whatever. He had a girlfriend, you know. I'm not like that. I'm not gonna steal some girl's boyfriend, which I guess I kind of did in the end. But whatever. Sorry. Everything happens for a reason, right, guys? But yeah, we didn't have any like interest in each other. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. So good. These are the best ones. Favorite sushi rolls ever. I like a lot of sesame seeds. Yeah. I like a lot of sesame seeds and I like a lot of wasabi. So these ones are super easy. Like you don't need a roller, you don't need anything to make these. I could make these in my sleep. But it does take a couple times to, you know, get used to making them. It's like anything. Practice makes perfect.
So then after we talked again, we still weren't really into each other. But I think I told you about the Kamal Ravikant book.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's called Love Yourself Like Your Life Depends on It.
Yeah, and I was like, you should totally check this book out. It's really good. And you read it, and then you started like...
It like changed my life because I had always hated myself. You know how I always talk about like self-love and stuff? I like had always hated myself with a passion, right? I wasn't really getting anywhere. He told me to read this book and I read it. I'm just putting more avocado on mine because I can. And it like changed my life. So what I like started Instagram messaging him.
Or we started, what's that other messenger program? Just
no,
whatever.
I Instagram messaged you first and I was like, this book is life-changing, and I told him how I like wanted to start writing an ebook.
Go on. Yeah.
And all this stuff. And then we started WhatsApp. Is that what it was?
Yeah, WhatsApp. Started chatting there, and then things just kind of kept progressing. And yeah, WhatsApping and just chatting. Then we started Skyping. Then next thing you know, I flew to Minneapolis to meet Hannah. And that was, we started chatting in
How did it like
December.
progress though? Because I always want to know this part of the story where it's like, who said like, I really like you first? I think on New Year's Eve, we both talked on Skype for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And like, that was when you were telling me the tiny house stuff, and I started like looking into it.
At first she thought it was stupid. Then one of her coworkers said that was really, tiny houses were really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And so then you finally kind of got on board with it. And you're like, yeah, that's really cool. And then
I was being all flirty. I was like, you should build me a tiny house. And then he said, I would build a tiny house for us. And I was like, oh snap, D-Man's he likes us, like he wants this, right? So these next ones I'm gonna make are inside out rolls. We'll have the rice on the outside, and we'll make sweet potato this time. So you wanna take your nori sheet and fold it in half, like perfectly in half. Because we're only gonna use half of one of these sheets. Like that. And this time you're gonna need your bamboo roller. I put it in a Ziploc bag because if you don't, like all the rice gets stuck in here and it's really hard to clean. So, yeah, we'll do like a sweet potato avocado one. I basically just baked this sweet potato in the oven on 450 till it was nice and soft. We won't use the outside. We'll give the outside to the dogs. And it's like perfect for sushi. All we want to do on this one, cover this sheet with nori, but you want to use this rigid side. See how this one's smooth? You want to use the rigid side like that. Did I just say cover this sheet with nori? Cover it with rice.
Yeah, we started getting a lot more interested in each other.
And talking like all the time.
Like probably like 20 hours worth of Skype time every week.
And then it was like somebody sent the first like kissy face emoji, and then it was like, it's on, bruh.
It was on from there on. And so then March 5th, I actually remember the day, is when I flew to Minneapolis.
Yeah.
And I stayed there until March 15th.
It's like so nerve-wracking, right?
She was nervous. I was.
Okay. So we got this on here. We're just gonna flip it. Like that. And then we're gonna put our ingredients in the middle here.
And yeah, so from there on, we spent those first 10 days together. We kept, I think Hannah visited me twice. So like after a while, we got engaged.
Yeah, which...
because we wanted to apply for our fiancé visa.
Yeah.
And so we kept going back and forth in terms of like visiting each other. Hannah came to see me twice. I went to Montreal to get the actual visa, or to get approved for the visa, because that's a part of the whole process.
So to roll this, you just want to like put your fingers in the middle here and then put this over and then just roll it as tightly as you can. Like squeeze it as tight as you can and then just keep rolling it.
So my original interview, I got declined for my visa because I had to get some documents from when I was traveling in Australia and a few other things. Whoa.
Like
I really squished it at the end there.
I squished it a little bit too hard.
And
we'll just put this on the top.
Okay. Then I went back to Canada and submitted the rest of the documents. Then I got it approved within, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 weeks or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was, what was the day that I came? Was it early November? Or wait,
it was the
no,
very
September?
first vlog on our vlog channel.
Yeah, the very first vlog on this vlog channel. So 200 and something days ago was the first day that, it was the first day of the vlog channel and the first day that we were together permanently.
We were just like, oh, it'll be so cool because we'll be able to vlog our entire life together, right? See how these look? The rice is on the outside, and I'm just gonna put the rest of this filling on top of it because I kind of squeezed it too hard.
So instead of trying to squeeze it really hard, just maybe
squeeze it a little.
half as hard.
So we've been together for like, how long?
We started talking December of 2014.
Mm-hmm.
So almost a year and a half now.
Okay, so this is the other way of how to roll sushi. It's kind of like that way, but with the rice on the inside. So you can use a half sheet. And this is best for if you just have like one ingredient and you just want a little bit of cucumber inside or something. Again, I don't roll my sushi rolls like this, but I just want to show you guys all the different ways to make sushi. So you just want to put this stuff on the inside, and then we'll just put like a little bit of sweet potato on this one. Try not to squeeze it all out this time.
But yeah, online relationships can certainly work, and I think it's becoming much more common nowadays.
Especially like for vegans, because it's just kind of hard to find. Like, how limited are your options if you have to find somebody that lives in your own city? It's like, oh, it's only vegan guy. Yeah,
you know, somebody can be vegan, but doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be compatible in a relationship. So yeah, you have to really kind of, you know, put yourself out there and maybe take some risks in life, but to find that perfect partner. But it's definitely worth it, I would say.
So this one, you just kind of roll.
That one's just not happening, is it?
The same way. I kind of
just stick to the first method. The first one's probably the best, I'd say.
The first is the best.
Just for simplicity, like that one's just.
This one's fine.
Okay.
You just kind of roll it over, and then you get a thinner roll, right? But the rest of these, I'm just gonna make the first way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we both like visualized the kind of partner that we wanted and the life that we wanted. We both were like, oh, I want to be working online. And at the time I wasn't even working online. You know, I had a job, and so did Derek. And then it was like, we want a tiny house and we want to work online and we want to do all this other stuff. And literally, bam, it all came true.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's really important to focus on what you want in a relationship. Like what you want your partner to be like, instead of focusing on what you don't want your partner to be.
Yeah.
That's usually where most people kind of
especially if you're already in a relationship. Like people will always just be like, oh, I wish my partner would go vegan, and they'll like concentrate on that one fact. When it's like really you should be focused on everything that you love about your partner, and then you'll get more things to love about them. But if you just focus on all the stuff you don't like about them and the stuff that they're lacking, you're just gonna get more stuff you don't like about them. You know? Like, we're literally best friends. We have the wife that we wanted. Like, everything that I wrote down on my list of my perfect guy is what Derek is.
And that's the same for me.
And we kind of make each other better, you know?
Mm-hmm. Like we've mentioned before, we're stronger together
than we are apart.
Than we are apart.
Yeah.
And so that's a really good foundation for our relationship. Like, we're able to accomplish more. We're able to be better people when we're together.
Yeah. And we learn so much from each other.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Just so many things.
Other reason that I like to make sushi this way is because Derek can eat so much sushi that it's like if it took me the other way, I'd be rolling sushi for the rest of my life. You guys. But he likes to roll sushi as well, so.
Yeah.
He's just not doing it today because it'd be kind of hard to have two people doing it right here.
Yeah, this 2-table little setup thing is not the best way or the best service for making food on.
Yeah. But it's going to be epic when we have our tiny house because we'll be able to do this in our kitchen.
Yeah. And we can stand up. We'll have really good lighting.
Yeah.
It'll be an attractive kitchen.
So our kitchen is so dark and ugly right now.
Yeah. It's got like one disgusting light in it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not...
It's really hard to film in there because the lighting is just so bad. And the kitchen is so tiny.
Our tiny house kitchen is going to be small, but it's going to be much more open. Imagine if like this wall was like cut in half and it was like a breakfast bar. That's kind of like almost what it would be like in a way.
It's exactly how our tiny house kitchen is going to be, basically. Pretty much the same size as well.
Very similar in size.
But it'll just be so much more open, organized, and we won't have a huge oven. And
yeah. We'll have like an induction cooktop.
Then we're going to have a toaster oven. People always ask like how we're going to cook fries and stuff. We'll have a toaster oven.
Yeah. Not that this place, like actually our apartment complex, the location is great. The price is right. The
apartments inside are really crappy, but I mean, we're literally, I don't know, 50 feet from a dog park. That's inside of our complex, and
the location in regards to where we are compared to Mount Lemon, Saguaro National Park,
Trader Joe's, Sprouts.
Like really, really good location. Everything is very close to us.
You can walk to Safeway and it's like
about 15 minutes.
Kilometer away.
Yeah, it's really close.
Kilometer and a half maybe.
Like really, really good location, and
probably the best location of any apartment complex in Tucson.
Yeah, we just looked for something that was close to Trader Joe's and Mount Lemon, and then it just ended up everything else. Yeah, and something that was cheap and had a dog park.
We didn't really even know Sprouts existed.
Yeah, Sprouts was like one of those new discoveries where it was just like, this is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, guys, that's how we met. Let us know. Honestly, I will put our wedding video on this vlog or on my channel, because I feel like a lot of people just, I don't know. I forget what some of the other stuff was that people wanted us to talk about.
We'll talk about it in the next one.
I'm just kind of making like little sweet potato rolls out of these. People want to know what your tattoo says.
Oh, do they? Love is better than anger. Hope is better than fear. optimism is better than despair. It was done by like a bamboo artist too, who uses the little sticks and just very, very cool.
Where at?
It was at this place in Oakville, Ontario, but it doesn't exist anymore. They closed.
Anyways, the next video that I'm probably gonna do, I want to try out the induction cooktop, so I'm probably gonna do a one-pot pasta this week. I think I've kind of done a lot of mukbangs, but I like doing them when I don't have any idea of what else to do. So, I don't know. I think in the future I'll do just like mukbang Mondays. That's what somebody said. But now I'm doing this whole like Get Fit With Me series where I'm trying to bike up Mount Lemon, so, you know.
You know.
Anyways, we're gonna go to Sprouts, get some groceries, and we'll see you guys next time.
See you soon.
Peace.